Welcome to Curacao, best kept investment secret in the Caribbean. Nestled just a few miles off the South American coastline lies the beautiful Caribbean island of Curacao. It is host to around 140,000 inhabitants from over 50 diverse cultures. Well developed and charmingly unique, Curacao is an island abundant with offerings. The largest of 5 islands that make up the Netherland Antilles, Curacao has long been known as the economic epicenter of the island group. The Antilles are a part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which remains officially under the supremacy of Queen Beatrix.
Have among the best infrastructure of the Caribbean. You could even call Curacao the capital of the Caribbean. We have 5 harbors, major harbors for seagoing vessels. We have a state-of-the-art container facility. We have a modern international airport with the longest runway in the Caribbean that can handle even jumbo jets. We have a telecommunication infrastructure that is excellent. We have power and water facilities which are excellent, and we have a multi-language community.
In 1634, long after the Spanish had abandoned Curacao, the Dutch West Indies Company claimed the island. Curacao soon became a Dutch commercial center and developed extensive slave trade activities. African influence can be seen in the island language of Papiamento. This was originally used to bridge the gap between the slaves and the owners. It is widely used by the natives of Curacao along with English and Spanish, though Dutch is the official language. In April 2005, inhabitants of Curacao voted on a referendum for the island to become an autonomous nation, independent of the Antilles. It will still remain under the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the date set for dissolution is July 2007. Currently, the political situation is twofold. There is a central government which represents all 5 of the Netherlands Antilles Islands. Then there is the local island government, which now holds more power and is more widely respected in Curacao. They work closely, but there is a great deal of debate on what is the best way to approach the dissolution of the Antilles. Curacao is a Dutch Caribbean island, offering the best of both worlds and cultures. In contrast to the relatively sluggish world economy, Curacao has continued along a gradual path with a constant rise in GDP. Businesses in Curacao have traditionally guaranteed compliance with accepted world standards of service, and these standards are always evolving in order to strengthen the country's economy.
We are using the Business Environment Report to create a policy reform agenda which will enable the business climate to be as competitive as it can be compared to other competitive destinations. We're especially well educated with regard to the international financial services. We provide fund administration, tax planning. The government also is assuming more and more a facilitating role, so getting in touch with the government through the chamber would be easy, and the government would facilitate the contacts between investors and projects on the island.
The local currency is the Antillean guilder, which is pegged to the US dollar. Inflation is traditionally low, and an average annual income of $14,000 reflects a relatively high standard of living. It has the perfect location in the Caribbean to act as a commercial hub. The strongest commercial links are with the Netherlands and the United States. International financial services were founded in Curacao. Today, the financial sector, through its sophistication and high degree of professionalism, has kept its competitive position in the world.
Investors want to have a good governance system, a well-protected system, and even when they know that their money will be controlled, they're happy with that. Most of the good business people, they are happy with control. Having a very, very strong judicial system, which is give the people who come in here for investment the trust that whenever they get problems, whenever they have judicial things, they can go to the court and know they are going to get justice.
As an island that has such a history steeped in international finance, supporting services are a specialty. Consultancies on the island include all of the major global players, along with some cutting-edge local companies.
There's a number of entities on the island that coordinate investment in general. Again, it's a bit tied to the sector that one might be interested in. First place I'd knock on the door would be the tourist office, because they have a master plan for the coming 5 years. They know where the opportunities lie. They know which areas of the island will be developed in the next few years, what kinds of activities will be going on there. And then this investor, who might be interested in putting their money here, can make his own evaluation of whether or not he fits there. There's a lot of information available. The Chamber of Commerce is another good place to start. They have a lot of information about investment opportunities.
The people of Curacao are eager to have international investors experience their island nation. It thrives on foreign exchange income. As an island, it imports approximately 90% of consumed goods. As a result, Curacao is one of the 3 largest importers of U.S. goods in the Caribbean. Investing in Curacao is good business. It has very well-developed and reliable infrastructure, but moreover has the high standards of the Dutch judicial system. This offers a great deal of confidence for any investors considering Curacao. For most of the year, Curacao is in the same time zone as New York and the U.S. Eastern Seaboard.
Main items that you should think about if you think about American investment in Curacao. First of all, the tourism and leisure industry. There is still a lot of room and a lot of opportunity in that industry. The second one is, I think, making use of the logistic hub function of Curacao. A very historical moment, a very historical traditional way of doing business in Curacao has always been the harbor and everything that has been around the harbor. And nowadays, that's the third point, we also have a virtual e-zone or a virtual marketplace or place to do business.
The Curacao government encourages and welcomes foreign investment and investors. It provides a range of incentives aimed at developing the island and promoting it as a business center. There are no government restrictions on foreign-owned businesses. Individual investors and business owners have the opportunity to take advantage of excellent tax shelters. One of the most visible symbols of Curacao's commitment to the promotion of international trade is the number of facilities offered. The embodiment of this strategy is visible in the business parks, where long-lease sites and multi-purpose industrial buildings are available for rent at very competitive rates. These are in the fully serviced industrial park and fall within the classification of economic zones or free zones.
In the specific case of Curacao, our free zone is a trade-free zone. So we don't have real manufacturing in the free zone, although by law it is possible. The companies in the free zone are both local companies as investors from abroad that decided that Curacao for them was the ideal situation, the ideal place for them to be able to further expand their business. So what basically is taking place, the companies import the goods, the merchandise, mainly from the Far East, sometimes Middle East, and then from Curacao, the distribution to the region, Caribbean islands, and also the northern part of South America.
The government-owned company Corindi NV manages the Curacao economic zones. There are currently 2 economic zones, each one located in a strategic point of the island, namely near the harbor and adjacent to the airport.
The companies we have are a combination of local companies and companies that were established through foreign investors. We distinguish ourselves from most of the other islands in the region that most of them have a one-sided mono economy. Our economy is developed on different sectors. We have the tourism, but we also have international trade. We have a huge refinery. We have the largest commercial dry dock on the Western Hemisphere. So all these sectors and subsectors are here on the island, supporting the total product of Curacao enabled to give an even better service to all those that are considering a spot in the Caribbean to expand their business.